Welcome, my fellow Geminis. This is your May 2023 reading. 23, sorry, 2024. Wow, I'm a year behind already. This is for Gemini Sun. Happy birthday, by the way, for those who are going to be celebrating a birthday in May. My fellow Gemini Moons, Gemini Rising. You can certainly been intuitively guided to the reading. And I just want to say thank you for paying attention to your intuition. You may be in love with the Gemini. Whatever brought you, welcome. My goal is to give you as many messages as I can. Hopefully give you solutions to whatever you may be facing. And by the way, May and June are really good months for you. Um, in love, I mean, if you just look up May for Gemini, a lot of people say that Gemini is going to fall in love in May or June. But not just love, also your creativity is going to be really ignited. So some of you may find yourselves like on a whole new path, and it could certainly be life changing, but I feel like in the best of ways. So I'm really excited to do the reading today. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to use 4 different decks, guys. We're going to use Mother Mary for her beautiful words of wisdom, um, but we'll use her at the end of the reading. Um, I don't know. Usually I do Mother Mary first, but lately I've been finding I like it at the end. So we're going to do it at the end, and it'll make complete sense. It always does. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify or go deeper. And that's really what we do. We go deep here. That's why the readings aren't short. Um, I don't know how you can get real solutions like within 10 minutes. I've been saying lately, if you don't have the patience to like watch the whole reading, definitely watch the last 10 minutes because I feel like that's where all of our magic starts to happen. Our solutions start to show themselves. So, and I do read through my spirit guides. I use the cards as tools to really ignite my intuition. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to use 2 different decks for your main spread. We're going to use the Psychic Tarot, and that's what we're going to start with. And I really love the Psychic Tarot for you. And then we're going to come in and use the Tarot Dream. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a line of the Psychic Tarot, or wherever wants to come out, because we are going to shuffle. And then we'll take a line of the Tarot Dreams. And the reason why I'm doing this is I definitely am looking for synchronicities. And I would tell you, if you're a spiritual person, ask your spirit guides to give you signs, whether it be through numbers, colors, words that I say. Sometimes I say things that I'm not sure why I'm saying them, but I know it's your guides, so I just trust in that. So definitely feel free to like ask your guides to give you confirmation during this reading. So let's go ahead and begin. We're going to start with the Psychic Tarot. Everything is already pre-shuffled, but I do like to shuffle it with you here. I often feel like you're all just sitting in my room with me. You're all in my office. We're just like hanging out, doing tarot, having a good time. All right, let's give them a cut. All right, and I'm going to bring the lid down. Okay, and let's begin. Gemini. Whoa. All right, things split right away. Hello, Will. Destiny, as it's called in this deck. I mean, that's your very first card. That tells me something that this wheel is about to move. Let's see. Let's follow it. We have stand your ground. And then we have obstacles and challenges. Interesting. Like, why would the wheel, maybe you deserve this wheel to be moving, and maybe it's almost like someone else is putting a wedge in that wheel. Um, Interesting. because I feel like there's energy that's meant to find you, but yet I do feel like it literally, like, not literally, but like it feels like someone's putting a wedge in that wheel to stop the movement for you. Why? Why would somebody be working against you? Hmm. Nine of Pentacles. Well, I kind of love that. Here it says material harvest. Just look at this person's hands. Like they're open, right? They're open to new ideas, new epiphanies, um, new direction, you know, and I feel, because this is mirroring the wheel, this is definitely meant for you. It's interesting. It's almost like someone, I hate to say this, but it's like, does someone not want you to succeed? Though, even if that's the case, you still have the ability. I mean, I love that. The wheel mirroring material harvest. And then we get, Eight of Swords. Maybe it's you. Maybe there's an opportunity that's going to find you, and you're a little bit leery about whether to say yay or nay. Some of you could certainly have a money block, and I feel like if that's a case, um, there's different, what do I want to say, like different, oh, I just forgot the word. There's different way to clear your chakras, but I feel like there's also, I do feel like some of you have a money block, or you're overthinking something that could potentially be, again, your harvest. Why? Maybe there have been some challenges that you really needed to get through to come to this harvest, and then you have to stand your ground. So I feel like if there is anyone who's trying to get in your way, I kind of feel like don't let them. Don't let someone else get in your way, but don't let yourself get in the way either, because for some reason I feel like this is more overthinking than anything, and maybe to get to, the Nine of Pentacles, which really talks about successful self-employment. It doesn't have to be self-employment, but the person in the Nine of Pentacles is the one who is receiving that harvest, because it is their hard work. That's you. But I do feel like, there may have been some challenges. Nothing that you can't handle, by the way. Nothing you can't handle. And listen, maybe other people are telling you you can't. Like, maybe I want to start my own business. Maybe I just feel it's right, especially with the wheel here. Like, I just feel that it's right, but then I overthink it. All right, we're going to keep that there. That is a self-created prison, by the way. Here it said trapped in fear. Um, but I'm not feeling that as in like I'm completely trapped in fear. I just feel more of like overthinking something. Overthinking maybe whether you can have a successful business on your own. Well, this was definitely signify that you can. Maybe there are a few obstacles you had to overcome, but yet the wheel would be like, but you're on the right path. Maybe overcoming some of these obstacles are exactly what's going to help you be successful, or maybe even trust in yourself. Don't overthink it. All right, let's take the Tarot Dreams right below it. And again, I am looking for synchronicities. Um, I'm looking at, when I do a reading, I really look at everything. All right, we have the Five of Wands. Interesting. It does feel like someone is trying to come between you and your money, or you and your independence. Two fives. And neither of them are the easiest of fives. But five does speak about change. So I feel like, stand your ground, stake your claim, don't overthink, And don't listen to other people. The Five of Wands to me can be drama, like other people's drama, but I do feel like I get pulled into that drama. So I got to realize that and, break myself free from that pack. It's almost like that pack doesn't fit with you. And anyone who doesn't believe in you and your abilities, well, then they don't know you that well. All right. We have the Seven of Swords. Wow. Understand your ground. Two sevens, by the way. 77. Seven of Swords is like the thief in the night. Almost like someone's been taking from you. It does feel like someone is trying to like come between you and your success, you and your independence, what is meant for you. Let's keep going. We have Faith, card of Pars, your neighbor. We have the King of Cups, can be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, doesn't have to be. And then we get Justice. So some of you, this could certainly talk about cutting of ties with someone, and maybe whoever I'm cutting ties with doesn't really want to see me do well, wants to come in between me and my success. But I feel like don't let them. You have a lot of fives on the table. You have three fives. Then that could certainly signify three changes. I don't want to give this king down here a bad rap. However, he is mirroring the Five of Wands, so I feel like he's part of the drama or, whatever they're trying to do to, again, come between you and what's meant for you. Justice may talk about, literally cutting ties or divorce. It doesn't have to be. Also, I feel like some of you may be dealing with something through a court of law. Again, maybe someone has taken something from you, or maybe it is a divorce and it's like, listen, I feel like it's almost like if someone's trying to take something from you, it may be, it's interesting how spirit will use us. You know what I mean? Because maybe this Nine of Pentacles is truly meant for you. But you need to really believe in yourself and your abilities. And, I often feel like sometimes we overthink things because maybe we think we don't know everything that we need to know. Well, this is learning, right? This is learning as you go. And I feel like a lot of it can be based on your past experiences. You do have an eight over that. Again, it is from the energy of trapped in fear, but eight is also about a new beginning. So maybe it's about allowing yourself to have a new beginning. Some of you, I do feel like you're cutting ties with someone, but listen, I feel like cutting ties is exactly what needs to happen because I feel like there's just so much difficult energy with either one person or a group of people. Hmm. All right, well, let's keep going. Let's bring the psychic tarot back in. Actually, let me move all this up first. Give ourselves a little bit more room. All right, tell me more, tell me more. We have patience and planning. This is the Seven of Pentacles. And, it right now it's going to mirror the wheel. And Seven of Pentacles to me is your tree of life. It's your soul seed of intention. And, one of those seeds is like due to be picked. I feel like, yes, patience was necessary, but I feel like we're past that point now, especially with the wheel there. Like, okay, That wheel wants to move. Am I going to allow it to move? Again, because it's being mirrored by that Eight of Swords. So there could be a little hesitation in that, but I feel like you got to trust. You got to trust this destiny, what's destined for you, what you're destined for. And then we have the sun. Card Leo, by the way. It's called light in this deck. But I have to tell you, coming under the Seven of Swords, literally, whatever is done in the dark will come to the light. So if there's anyone working against me, taking from me, that doesn't belong to them, it's going to be revealed. Some of you, if you're in a court of law, maybe you are going through a divorce, and maybe someone is trying to hide maybe their finance or something like that. Again, I feel like whatever is done in the dark will come to the light. This is also about allowing yourself to get back into what I feel is like your natural energy. I feel like you've been kind of pushed out of it. Like I feel like I've been living someone else's life, and now I want to start living my life. I mean, good luck to whoever's in the Seven of Swords, because I feel like whatever they're doing that is not of the light, it's going to be revealed. Truth. Well, there you go. Right next to the sun, by the way. Truth. Right next to the sun. Right below the Hierophant. Your belief system. That's what the Hierophant really is. It's like, what do you believe in? You know, and certainly someone's morals may not be of the same as yours. It's almost like here's this lower vibration, but you're only trying to get better and better. You're trying to improve your life, really open up your spirituality. And I feel like who's ever in the Seven of Swords, I feel like they're like earthly bound. You know what I mean? Like earthly bound. Hmm. This is also your spiritual team, and they are calling you to the present moment. And the reason they're calling you to your present moment because there is about to be a rebirth. This is where your signs are sent in the present moment. Some of you, that's what you're getting right now. Your signs. And then last but not least, hello, Ace of Swords. Triumphant success. Mirroring the Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. Don't overthink. And I also feel like the Ace of Swords is my yes card, and it also speaks of truth, integrity, all of that. And I feel like you're getting a sign from the universe, like, it definitely feels like there's someone, listen, this can be old energy, um, and that may be why the Eight of Swords is here. Again, maybe I'm not trusting within my own abilities. Maybe I think I need to know everything, but I don't feel like you do, because I feel like you'll learn as you go. I definitely love this energy. If you have your own business or you're thinking of creating your own business, again, trust yourself, not in what others say. Don't even judge yourself against others. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if the Nine of Pentacles wouldn't have shown, if you didn't have the ability to really create that success for yourself. And it is a very independent energy. And there's nothing wrong with that. And listen, maybe this king doesn't like that so much. But so be it, especially if this king has anything to do with the Seven of Swords. The thief in the night, untrustworthy energy. It's like that's the last person I want to take advice from. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of the decks. We have Justice again. So we have double Libra. But what's it say? Balance. Balance. Number 11. And let's see what's on the bottom of the deck of, hello, Magician. The Manifester. Maybe that's exactly where the energy you're meant to be in right now. Those who are working against you, don't even give them the time of day. As much as you can, like don't allow yourself to get pulled into anyone else's lower vibration because I feel like that's what someone's trying to do. But don't do it. And I feel like that's why stand your ground is here also. Like this wheel, this destiny is meant for you, period. And it can bring you true success. Like this is the energy where I can truly take care of myself. Anyway, great energy. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the Gilded Tarot and let's go deeper. Let's see exactly who the Seven of Swords is, what judgment is asking you or telling you there's about to be a rebirth. It's interesting also because the first card here is patience, but planning. And maybe that's what I needed to do up here, especially if I'm cutting ties with someone. Maybe it wasn't like in an instant, but I could certainly be planning my, like what I'm going to do next. I don't even have to have talked about it. I hope you didn't, in a way. All right, let's give him a cut. And let's start at the beginning. We're reading it as a whole, but let's start at the beginning. We have the Two of Pentacles over the wheel. That means that you're going to make this decision. That decision, so the wheel's going to turn. And, justice down here is, or I'm sorry, judgment down here is saying there's a potential rebirth that can be had. But I feel like the ball's put in your court, and in a way, maybe that makes you, well, sometimes I feel like I'd rather the universe just push me into my desired direction. And maybe they are pushing you into your desired direction, but now, it's almost like free will. You got to say, okay. So that Eight of Swords is the only thing I feel like that would stop you. Well, hello, Knight of Cups. Unexpected couple fulfillment. First of all, this Knight of Cups is mirroring the sun. So who's ever bringing in this cup, whatever this cup consists of, it's coming in the light. Can be love. Certainly can be love. But let's keep going. Some of you may have met someone before you were like, before a relationship was fine, like before I ended a relationship, before I finalized the ending, so to speak. We have the Ten of Swords over obstacles and challenges. Well, mirrored by judgment. So, Ten of Swords is a repeat pattern over and over and over again. It's like someone wants to keep putting these daggers in you, but you know what? This is the energy of also submission. Like this person's just lying down now at this point and allowing it to happen. Some of you could have got tied up with a narcissist, and it is hard to leave a narcissist. Not that I mean it in a way where they'll make it difficult, but it's not impossible. So it's kind of showing you like, a repeat pattern. It may be with this king. And again, you may like state the words like, that's it, I'm done. And they may try to like woo you back in. I hope that's not the case. Or I hope that you're able to like say no. We have the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. This is a great king to come over the Nine of Pentacles, though. This is someone who looks at the big picture. And it could certainly be, someone outside yourself. But for some of you, I feel like it could certainly be your energy or the energy is asking you to take on. Like, look at the big picture. If you look at the big picture, maybe that Eight of Swords then goes away. Now, this king could also be part of this Nine of Cups. Because I feel like this king is going. So potentially this king is coming in. We have the Emperor. Could be your boss. Card varies. But it is coming over the Five of Wands. It feels like if maybe different people are dealing with different things, but it does feel like there's some drama going on in the workplace. And I definitely feel like you got to be careful not to get pulled into it. It's almost like the boss is noticing, or maybe the boss is part of it. And maybe that is enough for me, and maybe that's why some of you, like, maybe potentially you're leaving and becoming your own boss. We have the Three of Wands coming over that Seven of Swords. So I feel like I'm not giving that Seven of Swords the time of day anymore. It's like I don't need, this is not something I'm predicting will happen. This is something is already happening. And I feel like I've made the decision I'm not going to give this energy the time of day anymore. I'm going to start thinking about me in my life and the things that I want in my life. Listen, I also feel like as it's related to love, like I know what I don't want. I'm very clear on what I don't want any longer. Maybe it took me a few times to really learn that lesson. Well, that's most of us, right? But I feel like I feel like you're making a very clear statement, that I'm not living in this type of all these swords. I'm not going to live in that energy. I'm not going to live with someone I can't trust. So this is looking towards your future, though it's beginning in your present moment. This really is the energy of optimism coming under that Knight of Cups. So to me, that Knight of Cups is, especially because it's mirroring light, the sun. Again, that means that this cup is coming in the light, nothing to fear, and judgment is sitting right beside it. So I feel like this would be probably some type of spiritual love, like a soulmate type energy. And listen, maybe you meet them. For some of you, I feel like it's already came in before I finalized the breaking up of with someone, the cutting of ties. But I feel like my love had been gone. Like, I don't feel like there's any love. I feel like whoever I'm leaving, I'm leaving. Interesting. It's also interesting how when you just look at the reading, you can see like sometimes just the difference of a person. I was once married to the King of Cups, and the King Cups, um, don't worry about the sign, but can certainly carry that Seven of Swords energy. And because I feel like if this is the person I'm leaving, I don't feel there's any love left. probably quite the opposite. But also, don't get caught in that web. And then maybe you hear from someone because we do have the Ace of Swords. Maybe you hear from someone, or maybe you meet someone and it causes like these butterflies. And it's like the opposite of what you had over here. All right, well, let's keep going. And also I feel like as it relates to your money, those who were like taking, they can't take anymore. Why? Because I don't feel like you're there anymore. They're not there anymore. Either you kicked them out, whatever, or you left. I feel like they can't take anymore from you. Now, they can't take anymore as long as I cleared that Eight of Swords, as long as I put my trust back in me, as long as I realize the words that they speak that, are trying to limit me, I know they're not the truth, right? Maybe I bought it for a little while, but I don't feel like you're buying it anymore. All right. Excuse me. Six of Wands, victory. Now, let's stop for a second because this is not just victory. This is really, to me, I feel like this is where someone is, taking a platform, so to speak. This is where other people are looking up to you. This is where you're speaking about, what you have overcome, how you have overcome it, and other people are truly interested in it. And I love that it's coming over faith. So again, I feel like there must be like healing, like your words must be healing. Or, what you're speaking about, whether you're speaking it, you're writing it, whatever you're doing with it. I feel like other people, if I had doubt, if other people would buy what I'm selling, so to speak, well, I hope this erases that doubt. And I love that it's coming over the Hierophant. I just do. And it's called Faith in this card. So, can you be victorious in your life? The answer is yes. Especially with Judgment, again, right below it. From the Three of Wands, almost like this is where, Three of Wands means I'm going to start enjoying my present moment. I'm going to trust in my spiritual team that my ships will come in their right time, when they're meant to come in. But then Judgment is like, but my dear, it's sooner than you think. And that's why we need you in the present moment. Well, that's what the person in the Three of Wands is doing. They're in the present moment. And they're just giving away, it's like I'm not going to sit here and worry that I won't be successful. I know if I do what I need to do, that will follow. And it literally follows. It literally is the next cup. It literally is, or the next cup, the next card, victorious. Feel like some of you, like you are now the boss. Another king, King of Swords, can be you. Male or female, doesn't really matter. I feel like the King of Swords would represent truth, integrity, communication. Um, yes, for some of you, this could be another, like, another air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We do have Libra here twice. Um, and I'm sure there's others, but other than that, I really feel like this is you, male or female, because I feel like this is stating Like, I cannot live a life of lies. I cannot live in untruths. You know, I need honest communication, open and honest communication. And then you got the Ace of Swords right below that. So we'll come back and look at all those kings. But right now, I really feel like that king is you, male or female. And remember, we're both masculine and feminine energy. And sometimes we're called to use our feminine energy. But I feel like in this situation, like I need to bring out that masculine energy. I need to meet that energy with my strong energy. All right, keep going. Hmm. All right. I just wanted to look under balance with it, which is justice, and you have the death card, which is called transformation in this card. So a door closing. And interesting because if a door is closing, then you have judgment, who says a new door is opening. Look under the magician, the Knight of Wands. Wow, that makes sense. Your passion, your desire. It can be energy that's coming towards you. Maybe you don't even know it yet because it is behind a magician, but it is about your desires. What is it you want to do in your life? This is your life. This is your story. If we remember that we're planting our seeds of intention right now, and that's what's going to determine our harvest in the fall, so to speak. If I plant no seeds, I have no harvest. But I feel like you're planting seeds, all right. And some of them could be subconsciously, or another way of saying that, some could be like a soul's desire that is like the opportunity opens itself to you. All right. We have the chariot. Beautiful. Bye bye to whoever's been causing drama in my life. Bye bye to whoever's been unfaithful, who's lying. Like, I've had enough. This is like the vehicle to take you away from it all. The chariot is driven by your intentions, not by the reins of the horse. Your intentions tell the chariot where to go. And it's really unlimited potential. But it does ask of one thing from you, and that is balance. And that balance is the balance of the light and dark that we all carry, the masculine and the feminine that we all carry. And then it feels like, and you're off. You're off to the races. Card of Cancer, also, by the way. And it's interesting because it's coming over patience and planning. Well, now I feel like it's saying, okay, patience no longer needed. I didn't even see all this. Ace of Wands. Look at this coming right over the sun that is mirroring that Knight of Cups. Do you know, not only do I feel like when this Knight of Cups shows, and again, it is unexpected, we got to remember that, as most love is. And does it have to be love? I kind of feel it's love. But I also feel like we are really talking about your money situation and your life. But I also feel like this is talking about what's coming in. And then you have the Ace of Wands mirroring it. That is the energy of inspired action right over the sun. It's almost like I don't even have to question it. I feel like some of you have learned to read energy so well that when, especially after this, whatever this was, I feel like you're not the same person. Like, I feel like once you cut those ties, and listen, some of it may have been karmic ties. There may have been some type of karmic lesson. And I feel like you must have learned that. And sometimes it's just, like how to get away from a difficult lover and not to live in their energy, right? Reclaim your own life. This is the energy of action, though, but it's coming over the sun. So desirable. And it's mirroring that Knight of Cups. And it's coming under the Three of Wands, optimism. It's like, it's like you've turned that frown upside down. And then we have the Nine of Wands. Well, I feel like that's exactly what we needed. First of all, it's coming over judgment. So some of you, you've been in the reflection period. You've been looking back. You've been trying to understand, like, these 10 swords, these 7 of swords. How did I get here? Like, this is not my life. How did I get here? So it's reflection upon oneself within it can be the last 9 years, the last cycle, or you're reflecting upon your whole life to really understand, yourself. I feel like the person in the Nine of Wands really, because it takes courage. It takes courage, but I feel like you're also finding your true self through that energy. And I often feel this person becomes what I call the spirit warrior. And it's like your spiritual team is saying, you are now, like you are a spirit warrior. And this energy over here is just, again, it feels earthly bound, almost like whoever caused this energy, it's like they're not connected spiritually at all. Now, they could be like someone who like quotes the Bible, but then doesn't follow anything that the Bible says. You know what I mean? I also feel like judgment is saying, get ready because your phone might ring. And it could certainly talk about an opportunity, but I also feel like it's this Knight of Cups. So let's go over that. Interesting, Gemini, because I feel like it's covering all areas of your life, but it's reminding me now when I opened your reading where I said May and June were going to be very probably life-changing months for you. Well, now I see why. And love was one of them. Well, here is the Knight of Cups. But so was money and success. Well, here it is in the Nine of Pentacles. Only thing is, I don't want to talk myself out of it. I don't want to overthink it. Especially with your spiritual team here, it's like they're helping to guide you out of a difficult situation. Or if you've already that has already ended, learning how to clear that energy and be open for what is new. Let what's new find you, especially with destiny opening up your reading. Like this feels, even the lessons, right? Even the lessons can be difficult, but if you've learned from those lessons, it's like it's power. It's power. And once I have that power, nobody can really take it from me. We have the hangman. Interesting. Hangman's mirroring the wheel. Now, why? Why the hangman at this moment? Tell me more about the hangman over the ace of swords. We have the page of swords, but it's in reverse. You know, for some of you, I feel like There may be someone in your life, and listen, you may have cut ties with them. I just feel like someone doesn't want to see you do well. And it may have been someone you've been in love with, but it could also be people that you work with because I do feel like there is drama. And I do, you had dagger after dagger in your back and then this untrustworthy energy. So it definitely feels like someone just doesn't want to see you do well. And it's interesting also because I feel like someone may have come between like potential communication between this night and you. Now, your spiritual team is here, so they'll make sure, even if someone tried to block it, because maybe that king tried to block it, but your spiritual team is like, we'll find a way to bring it back. All right, I'm not done there. I just want to see if I'm on the right track. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And look at this, we have the Five of Pentacles. So, kind of, yeah. Can I also say we have the King of Pentacles and now we have the Queen of Pentacles. And with the Five of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles is normally a towerish type energy. Sometimes it's a change that I didn't ask for. I feel like a little bit of it is, probably a lot of it is going through this period of time. It's not easy, but I feel like the rewards will be so plentiful. I do feel like I feel like it's night and day. Like I've been living my life this way with all these swords, and it feels like everything wants to change, but I also have to allow it. Okay. Well, we do have our matching queen and king. And again, it doesn't really matter the sign, but I do want to come back and I just want to go over. Let's do the king of. I'm going to do the king of cups first. Eight of wands. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Um, I feel like for a few of you, it's like you get communication from like maybe an old love. And it does seem like for some reason, like either someone felt that, it feels like it was intercepted. Um, and if you have left like the person who has caused the Ten of Swords, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to make a repeat appearance. Again, it's like there she is, there he is, moving on. Life is getting better for them. That doesn't seem right to me. Like self, 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 self. So I do feel like, just expect that they may also, try to reach out. But I feel like your power at this point is so much stronger than theirs. Like your spiritual team is backing you up. All right, let's look at the King of Pentacles because we do have the Queen of Pentacles. So let's go right in between the two of them. Hello, Four of Wands. So this is the marriage card. This is making a true commitment with someone. And it's interesting because I feel like you probably made a true commitment with someone else, but they probably charmed you and then they showed their true colors. But there's no way do I feel like this is what's coming towards you. No way. Now this, yes, but not anyone who I feel like who's ever coming towards you is definitely coming in the light. And I kind of love that we're looking at the king and the queen. And again, don't worry about the signs. So I feel like you're eventually going to be making a commitment to who's ever in this Knight of Cups for you. And I like that it is like-minded energy. Maybe the energy between you and another was just so different. Again, I could have charmed you, but then I showed my true colors. Here, I feel like there's nothing to hide. Again, everything is in the light. Even those who've done me wrong, it's like the light is there to illuminate that to you, but also to illuminate what is good, what is coming in the light, what is available for a rebirth. So I like that a lot. All right, let's look at the King of Swords, though. I do feel like that's you. Instead of even looking at that, because I do feel like that's you, I'm going to come up and look at this knight, the Knight of Cups. I want to look at it just a little closer. And I feel like for a few of you, it's like this knight is like, I'm here to save the day. Maybe I just couldn't find my way. We have the moon, um, card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. But the moon really can be uncertainty, but it's dreamy. It's dreamy type energy. We have the sun and the moon. And yeah, for some of you could signify, because we do have Cancer on the board. I don't think we have Pisces, though the moon, again, is a Pisces card. But I want to go a little deeper. Little deeper, please. Two of Wands. So I feel like you're saying yes. And then look what made its way out. The Knight of Wands. It feels like a completely different path. Like, I feel like you've been down the path of the swords. And listen, swords will serve you for sure. You're an air sign. But I feel like someone else's swords were against you. And now I feel like you're changing courses. You're changing course. You're changing paths. And this path, listen, look at the path. I mean, first the knight, right? Unexpected couple fulfillment. Three of Wands, getting excited about it, right? Though I'm going to enjoy each and every moment. I'm not going to project us out too far in the future, even though the Four of Wands is here. That means there's a great potential that this is a love that lasts for the rest of your life, even after going through the hardships of the past, especially because, and I do feel like you can read energy now, and sometimes it's like when you're with energy that was so difficult, what have I learned? Well, I've learned how to read energy. I've learned, like if someone tries to tell me lies, I pick it up. It is like you are completely changing your life. But this path, it's full of desire and passion and love. There's no fear on the Two of Wands path. I'm not questioning, should I or shouldn't I? I'm like, let's go. Let's go. I'm going to follow my passion. And you know what? I feel like you deserve it. I definitely feel like you deserve it. So this night, very, very good for you. Of course, it is your choice, always. I don't know why I don't want to let it go yet. I think I just want to come back and look at the Emperor. We have the Star. That's your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Also a card of Aquarius. And if you notice, like she's pouring what I would just say loving or healing waters into like her pond of life, her wishes, right? Like she's helping divine. And that's really what it is. It's like we walk hand in hand. We manifest hand in hand. I put my intentions out there and divine brings those intentions back. Now they can look differently. And I feel like don't put a lot of restrictions upon what it is you want. Like, I have a dream. I have a dream of great love. I have a dream of being successful. And I feel like that's what you shall have. But you need to also go after that dream. So that makes me feel like the emperor is you. Um, like where some of you are becoming or are the boss. We have the Seven of Cups. Interesting. And then the Five of Wands with that again. Some of you may still be in that phase of, because I feel like over here, as it relates to a relationship, I feel like, I already know the love is gone. I already know I don't want to be in it. And for a lot of you, I feel like you probably already left it. Some of you may not have left it yet, but I feel like this night is still coming in, this Knight of Cups. And it almost feels like, you know, it's like my way out in a way. And I don't mean that this person is like saving my life because you're saving your life. It's you. But I feel like because of this energy through the Knight of Cups, I don't know how I could turn it down. And I don't think you do turn it down. And I also feel like there is something going on in a workforce where it's just becoming too much, and maybe you've been questioning again and again, that Eight of Swords over the Nine of Pentacles, which again is material harvest. Maybe you do wonder, can I be my own boss? Will I do well? And the people in the Five of Wands could be telling you no. But don't buy that. Don't believe that. Believe in you. Because I feel like you have enough wisdom to do whatever it is you want to do. You just now need to move into it. You need to believe in yourself. That's kind of life, right? There just seems like why when my life wants to get better, why is there always someone who wants to like come in between? Well, maybe because I needed to stake my own power. I needed to reclaim my own voice. I needed to stop believing in those who didn't believe in me anyway. And really, I feel like, honestly, doesn't and didn't want to see you do well. Why? Well, maybe I didn't want to see you do well because then I knew you'd leave me. So I try to come in between then. I do feel like there have been things, opportunities that were blocked from you, but not any longer, especially with your spiritual team here. You know, this earthly bound person can try, but your spiritual team is not going to allow that to happen. Or let me rephrase that because I feel like they're going to illuminate really everything. What doesn't need to stay anymore and the potential of what can be. I feel like all of it's going to be illuminated. And then ultimately go back to that Two of Pentacles. You say yay or nay, but there is no way I feel like you're saying nay to this Knight of Cups. The only thing you may still be wondering about is like again, if there's a lot of drama in my workplace. All right, well, let's go. And I also love the star touching the chariot because again, the chariot speaks about unlimited potential. For what? For whatever your dreams are, my dear. Whatever they are. And it is coming over the energy of patience. So it may have taken time. But listen, maybe it needed you, maybe divine needed you to take some action steps. And then you do. And it's like, boom, things start just coming your way. All right. Anything else want to come out? Well, there's the Seven of Pentacles. There is your tree of life. And we are literally just talking about it. So maybe this is saying that this is about two soulmates who, their seed is now come to fruition. Like it's time. Maybe it's just divine timing because I feel like the patience that you've had, I feel like yeah, like everything is starting to move now. And for some of you, like if I want to start a business but I'm unsure, planning, like planning, making plans. The emperor is great at that. That's what the emperor would do. I'd put a plan in place. Um, but I feel like you will be more successful than you probably even know right now. All right. Well, there's a death card made its way out. So closing of a door, right? Talks about transformation. Card is Scorpio, by the way. But it is about transformation. Look at this, Six of Swords, perfect. This is you leaving the toxicity behind you. Perfect. It is literally you closing the door, and then you're jumping in that ship, and all these fives are behind you. Could it be that simple? Well, I do feel like the Six of Swords is temporarily a little bit of difficult energy, but I feel like it's just during the change. You know what I mean? Because the Six of Swords, you really are leaving the toxic energy and people and situations behind you. And you are moving to calmer waters, really beautiful waters, to be honest. But it's just getting through the choppy waters. And sometimes I feel like I'm only taking what I need and I'm gone. The Hermit, card of Virgo, who's also ruled by Mercury as you are. But this is also about deep reflection. And I love that the hermit is shining his beacon of light outwardly. By the way, he's illuminating a snake. And I feel like it's illuminating a snake to help calm you, to let you know that if there are any snakes in the grass, that your light will illuminate them. And that means within, that means your intuition. It means you trust it now. It also talks about a spiritual journey. And some of you, that may be the end, what you're entering into, like a period of time where it really is about your spirituality. So, I often feel like the hermit is an old soul, a great teacher. And what do I teach from? I teach from my experiences. I teach from my dark night of the soul and the experiences I have gone through, but how I have overcome them and come out the other end. And then look at this. And your spiritual team is like, yep, that's exactly what happened. So, rebirth. And by the way, we have judgment twice now. So, two people. Wow. That would be your Knight of Cups. And I know that just because of the line. So, I feel like two people are having this rebirth, but they're having it together. Gemini, it feels like your life is changing or your life has already begun to start changing. Like, I hope that the majority have already put this behind you. But if you haven't, maybe this will help bring you some comfort. That's what I pray, that it will bring you comfort and clarity. And then trust, the ability to trust within yourself. All right, let's take Mother Mary over the what I want to say relationships, but really over the whole spread. So, Mother Mary, any words of wisdom? I know there's words of wisdom. What are your words of wisdom for Gemini? Let's give them a cut. Okay. Well, that didn't take long. We have grace. I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creatures. Maybe that's what I needed to learn. Maybe that's what I need to understand. I deserve to live a good life also, right? I need to get back to living my life. And then we have, well, hello, present moment. Judgment has come out twice now. The Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, unexpected couple fulfillment, all these twos. It's time. Present moment. I am fully present in the here and now. Why? Because this is where your signs are sent. This is where your guidance is in the present moment. And I often feel like, sometimes our problem can be like we meet someone and we automatically project it like, okay, will this lead to a true commitment? Well, maybe, and I've been saying this a lot lately, but maybe it's about, again, because you have the present moment so many times, it is about enjoying each and every moment, and it does feel night and day compared to what you were in and what you're moving towards, night and day. And I feel like your spiritual team really, really came forward for you today. Like, I feel like they're really making it clear that this is not about, someone who, this is not about repeating. Listen, for some of you, it could be repeating the past, but it wouldn't be the same person that caused these 10 swords. I am fully present in the here and now. Judgment, judgment. And then allow this energy to just find you. And it will. It will. And let's not forget, your very first card was destiny. And even the hard things can be part of our destiny. That means our soul was willing to take that on. I want to see if I can learn. I want to see if I can overcome. Well, you can. And maybe now your soul's like, yes, I did it. And now I'm ready for, I'm calling them rewards, but I feel like these are about two souls that really probably had an agreement before we even came into this lifetime. Because that's what it feels like. This is the light. This was the dark. This is the light. What a reading, Gemini. What a reading. Um, Phew. I mean, I'm thinking, how can I title this? Because I feel like, you know, yes, I do feel like you need to be bold. You need to be willing to take your power back. Don't overthink, your abilities. Can I be successful? The answer is if you're willing to put the work in, the answer is yes. It's showing it here. And then I feel like as love is related, this is talking about a like-minded energy. I feel like you've been dealing with someone who's completely different, night and day. And, let's just say that Four of Wands is here, and that is the marriage card or the commitment card. But this is the type of love where I feel like this is true love. Now, it doesn't mean I couldn't be married here, but I don't feel like it was love. I feel like it was lies. I do not feel that with what's coming in. Quite the opposite. And I do feel like, truth be told, that you will be making a commitment, potentially even marrying this person. And I feel like your spiritual team, and when I say your spiritual team, I feel like for some of you, it is those who have crossed before you, who are now stepping forward to help guide you in different areas of your life. And it can be different, different guides working on different things. Like I'm going to help guide you in your money sector. And then I'm going to help someone else. I'm going to help guide you in your, for some of you, it could be a father or definitely someone you looked up to. But I feel like this is just meant to be. Will it be? It's up to you. I already feel like one person's already made up their mind. Okay, I'm gonna let that be. I hope this helped, Gemini. I want to just tell you how thankful I am for each and every one of you. Truly, I am. I want to welcome anyone who's new, and thank you to everyone who's stuck it out to the end. I don't know how, unless it just totally didn't resonate. I don't know how you just walk away. But to each their own. Anyways, I also want to thank you for sharing the videos. That means so much to me. It really does. I'm so grateful for your donations also. Like, I just want to take a moment and say, without you guys, there would not be me. Well, you know what I mean, on YouTube. So, so much gratitude. My prayer is that this love, not just love, but this knowing that's within you, that it is what takes center stage and your dreams start just coming true one after another. Who's ever got that wedge in the wheel, take it out and let that wheel just start spinning. All right. I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.